Paula from Ladyface Boudoir is joining me in studio. Today we're going to be talking about sex toys and what you need to know if you're considering getting one or if you have one at home and you have no idea what to do with it. Thank you for joining me, Paula.
Thank you for having me.
All right, now we're talking about sex toys today. How long have you been in the sex toy business?
About 1.5 years now.
Okay.
Yes, so not a very long time, but enough time to have learned quite a lot, I have to say.
And do women in South Africa know what they're doing when it comes to sex toys?
I'd say there are a select few that certainly do. To blanket it and say they don't, that's unfair. But I'd say majoritively no. We're very new to it. I was very new to it, and I consider myself as a very liberal person who should know things about things. And a lot of my girlfriends are the same. They want to know, but I think within a South African context, we can't walk into a shopping mall and have, a Pick n Pay, a Woolies, and then also a sex toy shop. It's just not commonplace here. You can't, on a high street in anywhere in Europe, you can have that.
Exactly.
So I think we don't know enough, we don't talk enough about it, and a lot of it's sort of like undercover, girlfriends talk about when they get too drunk.
Why though?
I don't know.
Why is it like this?
They should be talking about it far more often, and certainly shouldn't require alcohol as well. I agree. But we find that I think women, they want to know, they want to ask those questions, but there's just this sort of underlying sense that it's embarrassing. I think also the sleaze factor within the South African market is quite prolific. So I think people have felt that if they were going to be introduced to sex toys, it was in quite a unpleasant environment. And so women have associated this kind of thing with sleaze. But it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be
at
like
all,
that.
At all.
It's not sleazy at all.
No.
You can even use it with a husband or boyfriend or
we actually encourage
partner.
Everything to be used with partners. I think it's incredibly important that whatever you have, your partner is engaging with you. Whether they're condoning it because they're on a long distance sort of weekend away, or they're on business trips or whatever it is, or you're using it and perhaps telling them about it afterwards, or it's something that you use as part of foreplay or part of the actual sexual experience. Toys are great, and certainly for women, toys give a much more intense kind of they do give more intense orgasm than perhaps sex alone. So it's something to consider if you are a woman perhaps and you're not perhaps enjoying every aspect, or there's something you want to enhance. There's a toy for you, and there's a toy for you to use with your partner, not to replace your partner.
Very exciting.
It is exciting.
What are some common questions you have from women who are looking for a sex toy but maybe don't know what's right for them?
The first one is, I get this often, they go, I've heard of the rampant rabbit.
Yes,
what is that?
From Sex and the City.
Charlotte did a good number. We all have heard of the rampant rabbit. Now, to be honest, I don't even know if there is a particular rabbit vibrator called the rampant rabbit, but it's the name that everyone's given. And funny enough, everyone says, I've heard of it. Now, what is that? Where do I find one of those? I wanted to do exactly what it did to her. Well, as I say, we do. Within the vibrator category, there are 3 different kinds of major vibrators. There's a rabbit vibrator, there is a clitoral stimulator, and there's a G-spot stimulator. And what a rabbit vibrator is a combination of the two. It stimulates both your clitoris and your G-spot at the same time with different kind of aspects. So the 3 different types that you would get would be one of each of those. And the big question I get from women is, okay, great. Now I know what the 3 are. What do I get? Where do I start? What do I do?
What happens with this?
And what's the best thing for me? And I would say, to be honest, everybody's different, and everybody should, once they're sort of entering into sex toys, should possibly know what they find the nicest. So where they get the best stimulation.
So should they try them all?
Well, I would suggest everyone should try everything once. But if you are looking to find something that's good for you, the best option is to say, okay, do I prefer, in my sort of sexual experience, do I prefer clitoral stimulation, do I prefer G-spot stimulation, or do I prefer both? And some people, and one doesn't have to get too entwined in people's personal sort of scenarios, but some people particularly are sort of akin to one thing and some are akin to others. And others, would like both. What a rabbit does, and why everyone talks about a rabbit vibrator, is it's the first one that actually dual stimulated both areas, which is actually quite exciting, because obviously while you're getting external stimulation, you're getting internal stimulation, and that is a great idea. And the idea also that a rabbit has little bunny ears and it's very cute and it's like sweet. That also, I think, helps to make women feel a little bit less sort of intimidated by a sex toy. So from my experience, I would say for any woman looking for a sex toy, first know what features you're looking for. So do I like internal, external, both stimulation? Where do I feel most comfortable in my day? Do I feel most comfortable in the bath, in the shower, when I'm clean, in bed afterwards? So where is the environment that I want to be using this, on my own or with my partner? If it's somewhere like a bath or a shower that you feel relaxed and comfortable after a hard day, you need something that's waterproof. If you, like to have a shower, get yourself clean, and then feel relaxed and sort of into something, then you don't need something that's waterproof.
Right.
And then the last thing is you need to find something that's pretty and makes you feel comfortable. Exactly. And pretty is such an important factor with these things. I have to be honest, it's my biggest take on anything we select from our store is it must be pretty. Women must feel that they can engage with it. It looks nice, it looks pretty, it's got the right colors, it's got the right shape and the size, it's not too big or too small. All those things are incredibly important because any kind of sexual stimulation, visual aspects of it are so incredibly important. So when you're starting out, those are the things you'd be looking at.